When you take a position for or against something, there's nothing wrong with that. It's important. You need to have a position to move the ball down the field, so to speak. But a position always calls up its opposition. Left literally generates right. Up actually creates down. Here creates there. Us creates them. Pro-life creates pro-choice. And the more entrenched pro-choice gets, the more entrenched pro-life gets, if you know what I mean. In positionality, that's kind of the law of the universe, that positionality creates its oppositionality. Nothing wrong with that, but it is kind of a dynamic of taking a position. When you take a position also, you assume a point of view. So for example, Brian, who's sitting in the second row here, who's Ariel's beautiful, amazing husband, the one she dreamed up. He's a real person, he's right there. He's in a particular position in this room. He's in the second row, he's on the end, he's on the aisle. He has a point of view of the stage, he has a point of view of the lights, he has a point of view of the screen. And if you're sitting over there in the back row, you have a different point of view. A position actually is also a point of view. When you take a stand, which is what Mahatma Gandhi did, which is what Mother Teresa did, which is what Nelson Mandela embodies, which is what Desmond Tutu embodies, which is what Martin Luther King did. You move from having a point of view or a position on a game board to having vision. You move from a point of view to having vision. When you have vision, when you're living from vision, you can see all points of view. You can see their validity. You're not for or against any of them, and they can be heard. When someone's point of view or position is heard, recreated, accepted, they can let it go. They don't need to fight for it any longer, and they can be open to the next evolution of who they are. So stand takers in history have been the great ones. And they are the people who've really made something profound happen. They're the people who generated transformation rather than change. Another distinction. Transformation is very different from change. Change goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Change has to make something wrong to make itself right. It has to insult something to make itself right, a change in position or a change of point of view. Transformation never does that. Transformation honors the past, never denies the past. In fact, it transforms it and suddenly has it make sense. Oh, that's why I got divorced. It was painful, it was terrible, but I actually needed to do that to find my own selfhood, my own self-sufficiency. And then the divorce, which was so painful, so awful, is transformed, and you begin to see, oh, that's what that was all about. Transformation never denies the past, it never makes it wrong, it completes it and has it make sense. Did you get that? Follow that? So stand takers are people who honor all positions, can hear them, can affirm them, not necessarily agree with them, but allow them to be heard and gotten and seen and received. And out of that, they can be freed from the entrenchment of a position. And transformation then can occur. So I suggest that living a committed life is one that's much more about surrender than it is about anything else. And to allow the universe to come through you rather than to try to manage or manipulate the universe towards your agenda.